Today I'm going to talk a little bit about why I joined Troubling the Waters and what I've learned. So I joined Troubling the Waters thinking I would be the woke millennial in the group, and oh my gosh, was it a humbling experience. I learned so much from this group and I'm so thankful for them. But one thing I did learn during our educational portion where we had to go out and actually read our own books, I learned about my own white privilege on a whole nother level. So the book that really contributed to this is called White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo, and I highly recommend that all white people read this book. But for now, I'm just going to synthesize a little bit of what white fragility is and talk about what that means for me. So white fragility is the inability of white people to talk about race issues and our tendency to become offended by the racial reality instead of hold ourselves and other white people accountable for our racism. White fragility just results in a vicious cycle of maintaining racism. An issue cannot be adequately addressed if it cannot even be recognized for what it is. Talking about racism is not racist. In fact, candid dialogue about racism that is grounded in historical and social truth is the way forward to dismantling racism. So, what does this mean? So for me, that means that white silence contributes to racist society. And now, especially with what is going on, is the time to educate ourselves, to listen, but also to stand up to our white friends and family when they say and do racist things. Remember that being an ally and being anti-racist is actually a verb. It's not an adjective. It's not a way to describe yourself. It's actually an action. So I think it's really important for us to stand up, especially as white people, to other white people. That does not mean that we should talk over Black people or the Black community, but instead that we should stand up to other white people when we see a problem. I especially think that white fragility is very important in the church setting because the Christian Bible has been used to oppress people for centuries, which is something that we talked about a lot in Troubling the Waters. So I think as Christians, we are in a very important place to move anti-racist work forward because like what Kara said last week, anti-racism work is actually Jesus's work. So I just want to say that I am so proud of Peace and what we've been doing. I love that we put out a statement. I love that we're doing Troubling the Waters, we're doing a book study, we're doing all of these things. And obviously we can do more and we can always learn more, but I just want to say I am proud of this church for what we are doing and what we will continue to do. I would highly recommend that anybody who is interested in this subject join Troubling the Waters. It is a very safe space to have these conversations, and it's grounded in faith and love. So I really, really encourage, if you're just even a little interested, to join the group. It was very impactful on my life. So thank you for letting me say my testimony today. Please read White Fragility, and peace.